Hello everyone! So today for our Bifrost workshop, we will be working on this Bifrost EVM component. This is gonna be an example of an interface that you're gonna interact with SLPX contract, where SLPX is the interface contract that we will ship. So the Bifrost LST will be available on all of the L2s and also the EVM ecosystem. So you're gonna have so for you to interact with SLPS contract, this is what you're gonna need. So today with the EVM components, you will be working on three different subcomponents, you can say. One is the token balances. You can see, because some wallets like MetaMask, they might not display the tokens that a user need to use. So then you want to render these things out in the screen for user to know that these are the balances that they're working with. We will be working with the mint component for you to put, VETH or you'll be able to mint VETH or VDOT with DOT or ETH on the L2s. You can also do redemptions, so turn your liquid staking tokens back into, like the native asset, which is ETH or DOT, right? So you can do a quick demo, and also for this, we will also be working on with the Next EIP, which is 7702, super popular EIP that's happening at the moment, which allows EOA to batch transactions, which is, you can see something like right here, where you see like multiple calls as being displayed at the moment, and you confirm, and multiple transactions will be batched, and give it a little bit. And you can take a look. So you have something like this where multiple transactions are batched together. So we essentially removing the approve flow, which is somewhat annoying if you have a lot of tokens. So yeah, that's what we'll be working on today. So let's get on. We will start from everything from scratch, which is setting up the environment, setting up like your front end project. We'll be using Next.js and most popular stack right at the moment for UI, which is Shadcn UI components, super popular, and we'll be using like a bunch of pre-built components that we have, and everything over here will be open source for you to use and take advantage of later on. I think let's get started. Alright, so now to get started, you will go to your terminal and get started in your desired folder. Right, for me it's the Bifrost folder, so I have my all my work stuff is at. Next thing, you get everything fresh over here for you to get started to run a couple terminal command. And next thing you do, you go to ui.shadcn.com. I recommend going here just because it's easy to set up the project using the setup they have over here. It set up your Next.js projects and also the Shadcn as well, and Tailwind and all this stuff. It's just very convenient. Right, so then you can start that. I'm using Bun at the moment. I do recommend using Bun over Node at the moment, because I think Bun is very stable compared to Node, and it has some really cool feature. But feel free to use PNPM, NPM, or Yarn, your preferred package manager. I'm using Bun for my case, but it's not that big of a deal. Okay, so you get started by running this one. Alright, it's gonna init, and what's next gonna do is gonna ask you for start new project. We just start Next.js project. So now we'll do Bifrost EVM component. Alright, so type this one in, and it's gonna create a Next.js project and set up with the files, the styling, essentially everything. It's just very convenient to have something, most of this done for you compared to you have to do it manually. I recommend just go with neutral. Right? It's the black and white, very straightforward. You can make changes to your theme later, but for this one, it's just gonna be that. And now we're gonna go to Bifrost EVM components. All right. So if you list a directory, you're gonna see something like this. So I'm using cursor, but you could use VS Code if you like. Like there's no essentially it's fine. So you have you can have everything set up for you. You have the styling, everything. So let's just run run dev and see what happens. Okay, so usually over here I will split my terminal, right, and run dev. Of course, it comes with turbo pack. Alright, and let's go to localhost 3000. Alright, things work well. Next thing I usually do is just like, I'm just gonna set up my Git immediately, just make it simple. So we'll be using build station. So build station org is gonna host this component for Bifrost team. Alright, so just go here and you make create repository, and boom, done. Alright, so you get that one in, and you just need to copy this command right here. I'll make sure you commit it. Usually I just do init, and just copy the whole thing. It's gonna push it up, and boom. And you refresh, and you see it get pushed. This is how we're gonna, make changes and push it up to productions. Everything directly from here. Awesome. Now the next thing you do is you're gonna set up a few, essential components. Right? Things like simple, the default components like add buttons, stuff like that. Buttons, label, things that get used all the time with Shadcn, especially drawer. But we have a list coming out, so I have the drawer here. Let's copy that one. Okay, drop down. We have a select component. As my select skeleton. Alright, it's gonna be very important to handle loading. Alright, skeleton. We're gonna have you got drawer, which you will have dialog, because we use responsive transaction status. Oh, and okay, cool. Alright, and then for our connect kit, we'll be using Rainbow. Alright, Rainbow, I like Rainbow. It's kind of very straightforward to use, easy to use. So then, it's customizing the color. It takes a little effort, but I don't think it's like big of a deal. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna install this part right here, right? So you take this one, banana, you got Rainbow Kit, you got Wagmi, you got Vim, got everything. And boom. All right. I think we somewhat got it. Okay, cool. I think that's where we can get started. Oh, next one I really just forget because Next.js was essentially what the issue was. Next.js is server-side rendering, and things like Wallet Connect, they would require a little bit like a couple packages that doesn't have. So now the next thing you should do is go to the ETH UI folder and grab this part right here inside next config and just paste it in, and you should be good to go on this part for the setup. Alright, so now let's get a few things set up. So let's see. So now you start this page, right? First thing you should be setting up when it comes to this is these are the components that we install. You want to set this file called providers.tsx, and this file is going to be inside your app folder. Essentially what this file is, it's going to wrap, it's going to be like a component that wraps around like your layout, so allow you to access the objects, right? Especially the ones that you need the most. It's going to be Wagmi and all these handling of wallets and networks for you to query data and everything, because fundamentally like a crypto front end. It works differently from like a Web 2 front end. So here's you can copy. I have this template available on the ETH UI. You can also copy it directly from this repository. We're just gonna paste it in to make it very quickly. I will go over what exactly they are. So first thing you're gonna have to declare is a use client declaration at the top. This basically tells Next.js is please turn this into this provider is a client component because you're using all these hooks and everything. So then you import the Rainbow Kit, and then you import wallets. These are wallets that will be available for user to click beside the popular ones. So essentially get default config and get default wallet. This one from Rainbow Kit, it's gonna give you like a bunch of default wallets, very popular wallets. So you can put it here. However, you can also add extra wallet as well if you if you want to add more wallets. Fundamentally, you could, and there's like a huge list of this, so you just keep adding it in if you want. Or you can add Coinbase, but Coinbase is also available like by default already. So then you're gonna need to get a project ID. This is wallet connect project ID. So what you do is you go on to reown.com and should be in the cloud section. And that should be in the cloud section. Start building cloud, sign up, all that stuff. And you should get access to this one. Oh, it doesn't even let me. Okay, give me 1 second. It's gonna be on. So you have a bunch. I already create like a bunch already. So you just create one over here. Alright, just create one. And just add in any project, right? Bifrost, EVM component, right? And it's gonna be just continue. It's app kit, and it's gonna be Next.js. They collecting data. That's fine. You can get something like this, right? And you just need to copy and paste this one. Alright, so you copy. And you go over to your .env. So now you're gonna create a .env local, right? And then you're gonna go in, grab this one, right? Grab this one here, equal. I will block this one. I will block this part out, so it's fine. Don't worry about. Get started. Configure. Is this? Alright, so you have this. Next one is you will also want to get these two. These two set up. These are the RPC. You can if you don't add anything here, it will use a public RPC. But I do recommend to add your own RPC in because it's a bit more reliable compared to the public ones. If you are building something that's free and will be available for a long time, that you're not intending to maintain it too much, then yeah, you can also leave it blank. This part blank. This part, you can leave it blank like this, and it would still work fine. What I usually find cheap is Anchor. Anchor is cheap compared to like other places. Cheaper, I would say. It's not like super cheap, but it's really cheap. But anyway, so let's get Ethereum. Let's get Sepolia. This one. You go here, and you also get base Sepolia. Base Sepolia. This one. There you go. So you add it in, and this one will initialize. That gets those one, right? Next thing you do is you go to this layout right here, and you essentially now you will start making changes to this one. Starting with first, you're gonna import the providers. Right? You're gonna import the providers. I just had. Usually I like to go like this. Okay, you import providers, and then you're gonna wrap your children around providers. Right? Oh, AI autocomplete. That's amazing. And then if you want to, you can also change the metadata over here. You wrap around. Anyway, so you wrap it around your children like this. So yeah, that basically, essentially, yeah, Now next thing you do is you're gonna want to add the let's make some changes. So now you don't see anything yet, right? If you go to your page right now, you don't see anything yet. So let's make some changes and you start seeing things. Okay, now let me delete this one. Right, delete everything. Just put a div and just put hello world here. Let's remove this one. Okay, and now you go back to this one. I'm gonna wrap this around main because you need the main components. You need to wrap it around your children, right? Like this. There's a few more stuff that you want to add in as well. Let me add that in as well. Next thing you want to do is usually, and you see like, you know, a lot of crypto apps, and what you should do is you should put that in the header, right? So now you can make a header component right here inside a folder, and you can see that, you know, it's different from the UI, right? So now you go to the header component. All you're gonna do is you're gonna do export default function header, and we're gonna import the connect button from Rainbow Kit. It's like this connect button, and you will see that on their on their page as well. You go to connect buttons right here. Alright, so what you're gonna do is let me just make this look a little nicer. Let's do class flex row justify between item center p4. I don't think you need this, but just put it, and this is gonna be Bifrost, and you're gonna have this one to be connect buttons. There you go. And now you're gonna import it back into this one as header, right? And import header. There you go. Boom. Oh, you also need to get the another thing you need to also get is you also need to import this part, which is the style sheets for that one. So you go to installations, you see that here. Where's that part? Style sheet. It's over here. Yeah, it wraps inside the other, but you can add that inside the layer. Yeah. Okay, so now you go back to your app. I do a little refresh. I don't know why it's not refreshing. Reload, compile, boom, done. Alright, so you see, super convenient, already done for you. So you have everything over here. Alright, connect, does essentially everything for you. So you can start. Let's just make this one a little bit more visible. Alright, let's give it a class name text font bold, like this. Alright. Boom, done. And nice thing is it's also very responsive, so you can see, highly responsive, easy to use. So we try to keep it as responsive as possible. Okay, so now we finished the header. Right, so you got a header done. Let's go next part. So we have the hello world. So now we're gonna start filling up the 3 components that you saw originally. These 3, you know, got the tokens, you got the mint, you got to redeem stuff, right? So let's go ahead. Alright, so you have this one. So first thing to do, let's commit this one. Alright, let's commit this to, you know, set up something simple like this. Alright, you push it, you want to. Okay, so first thing, we're gonna have the balance component. Right, so let's add the balances component. So you have, let's see, balances component. Alright, so let's do export default function balances component, and you go like this, and you're gonna go, and then you're gonna have mint component. TSX export default this, and then you're gonna have redeem component. TSX. Yeah, once you have the redeem component, type it in. You're gonna go export default redeem component. So now you have these 3 in our setup. Let's just go in to this one. Alright, let's just import those 3. Okay, import those ones. Yeah, thank you for AI to make like super fast. Okay, next one you want to lay it out like sideways. You know, when you are not you're on the desktop, and then it goes down when you are essentially when you are uh, down. Let's do this. Got 4 like this. So essentially, what's gonna happen is it's gonna stack up like this, and then when you go like this, it's gonna stack on top, right? So it's responsive, just like this one, right? So it lays out to the side. Because in reality, you know, like this, in reality, you might want something a little bit different. Alright, so, okay. So you got balances. So you got balances. Okay, so now you got balance. Let's start strategizing things, okay? So now, first thing you're gonna do, you're gonna start building the token, you know, on the wallet balances, the Ethereum voucher, ETH, Polkadot voucher, dot, all that kind of stuff. We got all this mint, redeem, blah blah blah, all these things, right? So you see, like these three are sharing the balances. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna build balances. You're gonna fetch the balances and then let it share. So that's why you're gonna go into this one. And you're gonna start importing stuff from Wagmi. So let's start importing. Import use balance, use account, and use read contracts. Alright, this one. Okay. Now let's give it some space. First thing first, you're gonna like code this. Because it's also use. That means you're gonna tell it to be use client. So you're gonna use the hook use account. It's a hook on Wagmi, right? So Wagmi, you can go to wagmi.sh, and you can check you have all these hooks for you to use. So essentially, Wagmi is essentially an abstraction on top of Vim. Vim is similar to Ethers, to Web3.js. Web3.js is deprecated now, but very similar to Ethers. It's like a library for you to interact with the blockchain. Right? I guess it's structurally different from Ethers. Very good library. I like to use it. They're very type safe. Inference is very good. And also it comes with the hooks, right? It's for you to build front end. So you want to build back end, you can use Vim. Or you want some very nuanced or very detailed. In a sense, you want something that's very you want to touch directly with the function and build custom hooks with it, or you want to build custom ways for you to interact, that your app interact. You use Vim. If you already familiar with something like 10 stack query, and you want something very similar experience to that, then it's something like this would be like Wagmi.sh. It would be something that works for you. So here I'm using the use account hook. So essentially, it's gonna return for me the address that is being connected. So this address right here, it's gonna return this address right here. So let's do that. And then what I do is I want to get the I want to get the native balance, right? So my ETH, right? Because that's gonna be native balance, right? All right. And I want to do is loading. So this is the thing with Wagmi with 10 stack query. You have the ability to essentially you can declare something like this. Okay, and that this is weird. Autocomplete. Okay, so that's basically it. So you have the address here. So it's gonna fetch the balance of this address, and then you're gonna have counts token balances. So now we also want all the tokens as well. So let's just, before we get to that point, let's get to this one. Let's just do this one. So essentially what I'm doing is this component, I'm passing the native balance in. So I'm fetching in the main component, and then I'm passing it into the child component, which is this one. All right. So let's make the types here, make a type folder. All right. And then I will also make constant, right? Because we're gonna have like a bunch of stuff. So for types, we are going to declare something like this. Export interface balances props, and it's gonna be native balance. Balance. You go back here. You're gonna import type balance props, and that's gonna be 1 second. Let's just also import it here. Import type. Okay. And for here, you will also import it, and that's okay. Okay, good. Okay, balance value 0. Right. Okay, something like this. So you're gonna pass. If it doesn't have anything, just pass 0. If you have, actually, you probably don't need. Just do this. Begin, I guess. Yeah, gonna be forced it. Okay. Then next thing we do, let's write out a couple stuff here, right? So we can see how it looks like, right? Okay. So first, it's gonna be vertical. So it's gonna be you got flex cull, gap 4, width 4. I'm gonna span the entire width and give it a little padding, right? And I want to keep it something similar to the other one. It's like tokens, right? Name tokens. And I gotta give it this small descriptions, right? Current wallet balances, right? Small descriptions. It's gonna be class name, co2, text, muted, foreground, right? And this one's gonna be text 2x football, right? Something like this. Okay. And we're gonna bundle this into like a section, because we're gonna have multiple sections. So this one I'm gonna bundle into one together, right? Sometimes autocomplete is kind of dumb. Okay, so you're gonna have something like this. Alright, and you go here. Wow, done. Alright, super nice. Okay, next one, you're gonna make a new sections. Alright, let's go for this one. Flex gap. If you're not familiar with Tailwind, it seems I'm going very fast. You're not familiar with Tailwind. Tailwind is like this abstraction layer on top of CSS. Like it's just CSS, but then there's abstraction on top. Allows you to do these called utility classes, and you'll be able to make changes to the style very, very, very quickly, like compared to tying up into a CSS file. And those ones is a bit slower, right? This one allows you to move like a lot quicker. So then there's some sweet spot in that. All right, so you're gonna have, let's go back to this one real quick. So you're gonna have all these things that looks like this. All right, so then we're gonna do, okay, no problem. So let's just do a little bit abstraction. All right, function, token, balance. All right, gonna be something like this. All right, we're gonna do a type. All right, it's gonna be token. All right, token dot ts. Oh, what happened to my? Sorry, took this out. Let's just do share. Alright. And this one, just keep it empty for now. Do token. Alright, so for token, you're gonna have something like this. You're gonna export interface token. You're gonna have name, string, simple, address, decimal, address, balance. Not balance. You're gonna do image. Alright. This one, and then the other one we handle it separately. If you have a much more complicated token balance card, then you can do it slightly different. But for this one, I would just stick to this one. Okay, so then now types, share, and then you got import type tokens. Token. Alright. So you're gonna do something For you to have something like that, you're gonna do something like it would be class name, this flex row, gap 2, justify between, item center. The reason why item center, because you gonna have is separated like this, right? So you're gonna justify them between. You're gonna need the image, right? So let's have image added in, right? Example, so you got name with 24 is a little small. Let's make it bigger, right? And you can have gonna stack them. So gonna be flex call. It's too much gap, and you're gonna have token name, and what else? It depends on the chain ID. Okay, so let's give it, because I also need the chain ID, because we allow people to switches between different chain. So let's do use chain ID from Wagmi. Alright. So now you're gonna do const chain ID, current chain, then you're gonna do chain ID. We only have 2 chains, so if you have more, you probably want to have a different logic. But for for our case, that's all we need. And this is gonna be Sepolia, and this is gonna be base Sepolia. And you can have something like this. And now you're gonna have a token list. Let's do a token list. Let's do a token list. Let's go constant export const token list. Go to, let's do this, and let me just gonna grab this token list to make my life easier. So like this. Okay, import token. Okay, token list, go on this. This is that's an EIP. It's called native ETH. It's this EIP75. I'm gonna mark it here. Alright. So native asset address conventions. So I'm gonna put it here. If you want to know what it is, it's right here. That's why it's like EE like this. These one are the addresses of the Polkadot token. The voucher ETH, vETH token, and the vDot token. Right? They all deploy the same address on every chain. So then it's kind of easy when you manage it, like in this case. Now you're gonna do import token list, and you're gonna map over them. Right? Map, and you're gonna get tokens, balance, native balance, and token. Ooh. Okay, like this. There you go. And initially it's gonna look like this. Alright, so that is, so that's okay. So you're gonna have something like okay, maybe quickly. Okay, not bad. So you got something. The next thing you want to do is because you have the name here. Now we're gonna do, so you got the image, everything. Okay, let's have it like this. add another justify between. And you're gonna have something like this. Class name, the flex row, gap 2, item center, and justify center. I'm gonna slide this whole thing in. Alright, so this is gonna be the group on the left. And I'm gonna have set up the group on the right, which is div. Alright, so gonna be class name. And it's gonna flex col, which is column. Alright, text right, so it light on the right. It's gonna be div, and it's gonna be class name text XL. So I'm gonna get some big text. Alright. And it's gonna be is native balance loading question. Gonna get some skeleton. I guess we installed a skeleton. 20 is too much. I think just 12. And let's begin. You're gonna have format ether. You're gonna format ether. You also need something to ether, and that's gonna be format ether, and that's gonna turn it. Ooh, okay. So that is native. I'm gonna add an extra in. Okay, and you're gonna do. Okay, it's native is loading balance. Alright, it's loading balance, boolean. It's loading balance. It's loading the red. It's loading balance like this. Alright. Okay, it's kind of like really like looks very ugly. Let's just do this. Flex col, gap 2, boom, you have something like this. Now next one I do is get the logos to be working. Let me just grab the logo in my computer already. For you guys, if you want to grab logos, let me give you a couple tips. You can go to some website like this, cryptologos.cc, right? And you grab it. For Bifrost logo, you can go to cryptos.logos.cc. You got a bunch of logos here. You can make edits to it. For Bifrost, you can go to here, and you can grab the pack here. You get the logo.ai file here, and you got the style guide on that stuff here for you to make changes up to your. So then you will have something like this. Okay. Let's go to constants, and make some changes. .veth everything. Okay, let's refresh. Boom, you got something. Oh, look at that. So now you have all these things, which is kind of weird. All right, no problem. So only got this one. Okay. Let's style it a little bit so it looks nicer. First, a token name. Alright, let's have it a little nicer. Alright, let's do text XL font semi-bold. Alright, so like this. Oh, that looks better. For the below, usually not as secondary informations, you want to get it muted, so the other one pops, right? So then it looks better. Okay, and you got a balance. Okay, looks good. Okay, token list. Okay, I'm gonna need 2 because you're gonna have native balance. And okay, so You see here is they all passing the native balance. All right, so that's not super the only thing that we are working on. We also have other tokens right here. So let's do use contract reads. So let's do the data token balances. It's loading token balances. It's loading. This token loading, and you're gonna I want to get some refetch because you're gonna refetch token balances. Contract. Use read contract. Use read contract. Okay. And it's gonna be contracts. Oops. And it's gonna be like this. Alright. So let's lay it out so it's easy to understand. Let's also import ESC20 from Vim. Vim also has a bunch of type for you. You want to use something like this. Alright. So do veth right here. Alright. Just you got the API. Got the API, got the address equal to should be token list, filter, token simple veth address, import token list constant, something like this, and you will also need to import address type. Alright, so you can do something like this. Just as address, balance off. Okay, sounds good. You can have v dot. It's gonna be similar. It's what is that? It's gonna be Ethereum. It's fine. You got dot veth and v dot. Okay. Dot veth and v dot veth. So let's mix it up a little bit. Alright, so you got dot veth and v dot. Alright, so there's gonna be 0, it's gonna be 1, it's gonna be 2. There you go. So it's gonna go something like this, and can also do token balances, fetch token balances. Alright, and it's gonna pass empty. That's fine. We're gonna add it in now. And we're gonna add into balances props. Okay, and does that resolve? Probably token balances is declared here. Okay. If it doesn't, just pass 0. If it's something's pass that. Okay, that works. Okay, so token balance. So now gonna do a little logic. Alright. Do a little. Let me just format this real quick. So stack. So if token dot simple with ETH native balance, everything else is gonna be token balances index. Maybe it has to spread a little bit different. You get if token simple is equal to ETH, there's native balance, and then you have the token balances. You also have an index, which is going to be 0 for the first one, and then it's going to be 1. So then you know it's the okay, maybe okay, slightly annoying. Okay, let's do this. Let's break this one. Let's break this one out. Make it a little bit easier, right? Let's break this one out instead of using a loop. We do something like this. I do something like this. Let me just quickly copy this one. Right. Gets a little bit chaotic when it comes to something like that. So me just copy this whole blocks and call it a day. Right. Okay, something like this. Okay. It's native balance. Native balance loading. Loading. Okay, let's make some changes like this, and you're gonna have this row long decimal. So you're gonna go here, export function row long decimals. Alright, let me just give you the code for this one. It's basically just it's like a nice formatting. It doesn't. It's like cosmetics mostly. Alright, so you can go and you can do this, fetch token balances, and let's just resolve some of these ones. Alright. Okay. And the stuff that is not being used, let's just double check. Okay. Okay, my bad. There's a filter. Let's see, page. Address as address. Got dot v dot eth. It's a duplicate. Oh, let's just do this dot v eth v dot. Okay. Now does that work? Okay. Let's troubleshoot that. Token list filter dot. Okay. Maybe just go here. Token filter token simple. Oh yeah, cause this filter. So alright. Now let's just fix the styling so it looks better. Okay, that's okay. Now, flex col, which is okay, native balance, current wallet balances. And the first one is gonna be ETH, and oh, there's also okay, this right here. Let's row justify between gap 2. Okay, and let's just change this to go gap 2. There you go. There you go. Alright, get something like this. Let's make it a bit slightly bigger. Alright. Thing is, there's a redundant class here. Let me just remove that. Alright. Okay, I'm gonna make it to 4, so a little nicer. Okay, now that looks good. Alright, you got on these ones, and it formats for you. You get because if you don't format it with the route, so if you look into the route long decimals, right, take a string and take a decimals, and then it does some formatting. If it's 0, just return 0. If doesn't have decimals, so it doesn't add them. Nice thing is like it does this thing string to number to fixed, only fixed number of decimals, so it rounds for you. So essentially, like say this one, you're gonna go super long, so it rounds to only 6 decimals. So you can see right here where it rounds to 6 decimals, right? So then you can, it looks nicer. Otherwise, you're gonna have something like super long. Let's say try this, put it 12, so you see more. Alright, so now I put 6. And you only see this much. Makes it look nicer, makes the formatting, everything looks prettier. So you're gonna look something like this. So now let's have the refresh button. So let's so these two have the refresh native balance, and let's just have it added in refetch native balance, right? And let's add it in. Refresh native balance, and let's have it in the props, in the share. Refresh native balance. So now you're gonna have, let's have it next to the tokens. So just find between tokens, you got buttons over here. Let's give it some space. On click. Okay, let's have function async function handle refetch on balances. Await refetch native balance, both of them. Okay, and you're gonna go into the styling, class name. You can have it hover cursor pointer, and you are going to give it size, put to icon, because I want to save some space. I'm gonna import refresh counterclockwise, and that's gonna go here. Refresh counterclockwise, and automatically turns to something like this. And for you to check if it does or not, just go to network tab, and every time you click it, it does to refresh. So it's calling the RPC. Great, super nice. Cool. Alright. So that's it for the token components, and you also have the ability to share this one. So let's commit it. Commit feed added token balances component. Boom. Okay. Now we're gonna keep going. All right, so we finished with the token balance component. Now let's get over to our mint component. Let's go back to our reference. You gotta select, you get this, usually it's like a big input, got a mint and transaction status. Okay, alright, let's get to it. Let's go back in, got the mint. Alright, next thing you do is you are going to, let's just do the basic stuff. So I like everything to keep the same style, so let's take it over here, something similar. Alright, and so like this. Do I need, typically, Okay, I don't think I need a refresh, so I'm gonna take it out and mint, and let's say mint token, mint liquid staking tokens. Alright, and we don't need this one because alright. Okay, sounds good. Mint liquid staking token, and you should see something like this. Alright, so these two look similar enough. Cool. Okay, next thing you do, let's import a couple stuff. Let's work on the select part. Alright, because you have this select, you have this input. Let's work on the select one. Okay, so let's do select. By first, you make sure you install select. So usually the way I would do something like this is I want to go on here, you go to select. Alright, select. We already install, so we don't need to do that. But what you can do, you go to select, install, grab this. Alright, go here, put it here, and boom. Alright, and you grab this one, go here, boom. That's why it's just so convenient. Alright, so you got select. Oh, really? Did not install select. Alright, no problem. Let's install select. Alright. Sorry. Alright, so now you have a select. Let's go back and you can take a quick look. Alright, you get something like this. Perfect. Now what you gotta do is you're gonna change a couple things. So this W4, select a token, yes, and I want a couple different one. Okay, so let's grab some styling. This one. Okay, so let's do a small subcomponent. Alright, let's do select mint token. Okay, and I don't need that. It's gonna be select item. Alright, select item. And okay, let's do not that. And this one's gonna take in token, and that's gonna be token. Okay, let's import token lib type. Alright, type. Import type. What? Oh, not lib, directly type. Type token. There you go. Token. So you're gonna have something. Select value. Simple. Alright. And it's gonna be a div because we don't want to put like an image in, so want something nice. Alright, so row usually, and because it's gonna be separated, so it's gonna look something like this. Oh, even better. My AI is helping me on this part. Get this one. Okay, and I'm gonna need P, and you get another P. Okay, simple. And this one's gonna be name, so you want the name first. Okay, last name. Okay, so you want like this. You go up, and you're gonna loop it in here. Alright, so you have these ones. Alright, first one I have to copy, give it some space. Okay, import token list. Okay, and then we're gonna extract them. Alright, tokens, go to token, and it's gonna be, so we're gonna get the v dot. Oh wow, like it's automatically take like a bunch. Don't need these. Alright, v dot, so you got tokens. Alright, so now you're gonna go here, tokens, select mint, and you pass in these ones, and there you go. Let's save it. All right. There you go. So you can see, you can select. Looks pretty good. All right. Awesome. Now let's keep going further. Now we're gonna need a input component like this. Okay, no problem. Let's make an input component. So you have to select here. No, I won't worry too much about like having to get it to put on the functions and stuff like that together just yet. All right. Okay, so next thing is let's get that component in first, and then this one also have validations. All right, so validations. Okay, so validations, what I usually recommend people to do is going with 10 stack form. I like the way 10 stack form handles validations. A little different from other library. Right. So Banat, already have it. Okay. So you have something like this. Okay, so let's set it up. So it's gonna be quite an effort. Okay. Okay, that should be it. Now let's go 10 stack, get started. Basic concept. I think we just go straight to the simple part. So this is how it starts. So first you import the 10 stack React form, right? So you import it here. Then you're gonna have this this one, right? Cons form, use form. So you're gonna put it here. Alright, so you console log. So now here is the amount, right? Because that's the one you're taking in. Amount, and I would do this. I will explain why. And it would just be that. Okay. On submit, no need. Value. No. Value on submit. Console log. Okay. Alright. Empty. Okay, so let's go back. Now we're gonna have something like this. You get a form, you get on submit. Okay, got form, you got on submit, and a bunch of stuff. So let's take it. Form. Okay, let's wrap it here on submit. Alright. Then you're gonna have. Then I want to wrap this. It's somewhat very messy when you work on something like this. So you want to go like, slowly one by one. Alright, so you got something, and you're gonna go down, and that's form. Alright, so you get something like this, and then you start, keep going down. Alright, so okay. Now I'm gonna work on the field. So this one's gonna look like this. So you got this one that puts you two together. So I'm gonna have go to flex col, gap 2, routed, LG, and border. So this is gonna act as the surrounding border. Alright. Okay, the next one, usually there's like Okay, next one. You're gonna have. Now you need a form fill, essentially. And I already made a form fill here. I'm just gonna copy in because it's a fairly cumbersome validations. Alright. Okay. Type say field component where it takes in a form field, got the amount, got all that stuff. Okay, and go down. And this is going by this example, by the way. Actually, there's another one that with the name, but this is essentially following the styling that they have here, but slightly different. Okay, so next thing you do, when you get to this one, so it's gonna be this. It's gonna be field. It's gonna be this one. Okay. Because it's gonna be, because you want the minting and the max. Over here you got the minting, you got a max here. Let's start with the minting first. Alright. So you're gonna have a div. Alright, make sure you always have one. It's fine to, well, I don't like to over div things. I guess it's just make a lot of stuff. So, but there's no reason not to. Right. So item justify between. Alright, so because you want the two of them spread apart. Alright, so minting. Text muted foreground. This one's gonna be a button. Alright. Max. Okay. Okay. I'll get to that point. You have like a bunch of stuff. No problem. The min component also needs to take in some stuff as well. Alright. Okay, you have, you probably need to resolve that. Okay, so the main component needs to take in all of the, you know, like the balances and all kind of stuff. So we're gonna take in like these ones. Alright. So you take in these ones. Oops. Let's take here. Alright. So you're taking in these ones. Negative balance. Alright, so like this. Main component, negative balance. Negative balance. Okay, let me use a shared type. Export interface main props. Just like this. Let me quickly grab here. Okay, here. And you might import main props, Okay, awesome. Parse ether, import. Parse ether. Okay, resolving selected token. Okay, so let's get the selected token in. Make sure we import use effect. Okay, as you know, you're gonna need this. Import use state react. Okay, select token. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, got that in. Yeah, so like this. Okay, max. Okay, let's see. Look, not bad. Let's start this a little bit. Variant. All right, so you're gonna have outline. All right. Ooh, not yet. It's gonna makes everything more complicated. All right, looks good. Let's add the class name in. So pointer. Cursor pointer. All right. So it looks something like this. Looks great. Okay, let's me quick look. It might be a bit too big. Because I want this slightly smaller. And let's get this style in. Okay. Alright. There you go. Like much smaller compared to the other one. Okay. Now you go down, and this is where we're going to have like a hook. Alright, let's make a hooks folder. Here, hooks. And I have a couple hooks that's very convenient. The one that I use the most is this one. Use media query. Super convenient hooks. So you can import it in. It's available. Use media query. So you can go. So you go to go somewhere here. Usually I like to be const is desktop, right? And something like this. You can do something like this, and it works super well. Like you know, just me. And then you can use, separate your logic for the reason why, for the desktop and mobile. The reason why is there's this piece of code that I use like quite often for number validations, and it comes default as a as come default for with the keyboard, right? It's very important. This is this one. Okay, so you have input that takes on these field name, value, blah blah, on chain handles everything, and you got this nice little appearance text field. You get these nice little thing, right? So it looks like this. And the nice thing about this is this is on the desktop, right? So you can type your number. You can do this. You can put this. You cannot do like it validates. It's supposed to be a number, right? You cannot put oh, you can't. That's one thing. They can put the E because you can do this, right? Oh, what is that? Close issues. If not valid. Okay. Anyway, so you can put E, but you cannot even copy. Let's say I want to copy ETH in, right? It only lets you do ETH. But you do dot, wouldn't, right? So it's pretty convenient. Like this is the component, right? So you can grab that for yourself. So there's some styling that you can grab as well. So on mobile is really nice. So on computer it does this one, but what it does on mobile is even more. It's really cool as well. So it's a number. So you type numbers in, but I put a pattern. So then on most mobile phone, it's gonna show the keyboard with the numbers and the decimal separator that you're gonna have. So then you have this nice, super neat keyboard, right? So it restricts the keyboard even on mobile as well. So this is like one piece of code that is super convenient that I built for a while. So then yeah, you can grab it. Do you like? All right. And next one, it's gonna add this one in. All right. So this is gonna be the currency, right? So you can select, then that's gonna be your currency. Okay, this one. So you want something. Right. Maybe I separate the logic a little bit. Okay, so this selected token simple to v dot. If not, then I would just do it like this. Three lines. There you go. Very good. And I think I need to wrap this one with a div, because I need to wrap this one with a div so that it would okay, like this. Okay, there you go. Kind of push. Maybe just two, just one. There you go. Alright. So now you choose ETH like this. Oh, what is that? vETH. If selected simple is vETH. Simple v dot with a dot. If not, take that. Okay. What is the issue though? Oh, because not set. I forgot. I haven't set select. Okay. Let's set select. Alright. So let's set it. So we're gonna do on value change, get the value, and it's gonna be const token 5 simple set if token. Essentially, it's just taking your token list. That be what it. Alright, and then set that current token. Const token. Alright, the current token essentially. And should work now. There you go. Alright, awesome. So if I refresh, nothing, got nothing. Click that, show ETH, perfect. Alright, awesome. Alright, now let's work on that validation, that piece of validation right here. Alright. Oh, you also need this one too, that little balance underneath. Cool. Alright. Let's grab that bit. Okay. Let's grab that bit. Okay, so you're gonna have something like this. X row. And it's gonna be gray so that you have something like this. And what you're gonna do, not this one. So it's gonna be round long decimal. Right. You want that because the balance. You don't want it to be too long because it may become very, very annoying. And you also want to format it. Format ether. The reason why you want format ether is ether takes in big int and then it returns a string. Right, so you can render it. You can render it well because the other ones you're taking in big int. So you need this one. And it's gonna be token. It's gonna be. Ooh, okay. I need a little logic here. Okay, let's remove this. So selected token simple vETH. Then it's gonna take on this one. Data balance has big int 18. No, I just want 6 because it's too long if you do that. And it's gonna be ETH. You get something similar, but it's gonna be dot. No. Select token v dot. Alright. Okay. And you have another one, which is B. And it's just 0. Right, 0. Or maybe this one is better. Maybe this is better than 0. Alright. So like this. Let's go back this one. There you go. You're not selecting anything. It's like that. You select something, it turns. Awesome. Oh, it is not passing my balance. And why is that? Native balance. Okay. Balance. What are you doing? Okay. Oh, there you go. I think there was some save here, so that didn't get registered. Okay. Awesome. There you go. Okay, got a button right here. This will come in handy later. Okay, now we go on that you know, like that text where it you know, bounce. Super nice one. So that one actually comes from this. This is function field info. So you can grab that directly on 10 stack form, or you can grab the one I use. So it has quite a bit of validations I put in. Alright, so I'm just gonna grab that one. I usually put it below, not on top. Alright. And somewhat close to the other one. Alright, just do this. So this is the one that I use very often as well to validate things. So you could do field info here, and then you just go right below this part where you want to slide that in. Alright. And you just put in field info, field. Alright. And boom, you get fully on this stuff. Right? Super good. And let me just walk you over the logic quite a bit. So essentially, when if the field is not touched, it's gonna return this message. Right? So you do something like this, it's gonna return that. Then let's check if it's touched, and if it's not valid, I haven't entered anything. So it's gonna return something like this. It's gonna be red error issues. Right? If it is okay, gonna give back okay. And there's like a quick validations. If usually it's like if you have async, it's calling an API for you to validate, then it's validating here that part. Okay. Okay, so you have full validation. Awesome. Now let's get to the next part, which is subscribe. You get everything done, put it in, so now you're gonna need to subscribe. That's this part. Form view. Okay. And you're gonna need to go below. Go to form.subscribe. And this is coming from subscribe. Okay. So subscribe. Okay. I just put nothing for now. Alright. And you're gonna close it. Form.subscribe. And this is coming from this one, by the way. You go subscribe right here. Yeah. So I would take something like this, but for Next.js project, it's gonna give a lint error because it's using a different format. So what I usually do is just I copy the one I already built, because there's no lint error. So it looks like this. Right? Then what you gotta do is you're gonna have like a whole massive state management underneath, and I'm gonna walk you through like this whole state management. Right? So you're gonna have a button, right? And it's gonna look like this. This is the syntax that you see over here as well. Like can't submit, is submitting, all that kind of stuff. It just looks different because it's the way the lint would not give you trouble. And you're gonna have disable, right? You're gonna disable, and essentially when when you cannot submit, this is when your input is invalid, cannot submit, then it will disable. Or if it's submitting, it will also disable as well. In our case, this one doesn't really help too much. So let me just quickly give it some styling. I hover cursor, and you can come back here. You can see looks like this. Ooh, that's ugly. Oh, hell ugly. Why does it fit? Okay. But also you gonna need some more validations. Alright. So next thing I'm gonna add in some loader. Alright. So loader 2 is very popular from Lucid React. Alright. Super popular. So what you're gonna get is something like this. So your button. Alright. And you gotta do is submitting. Alright. Or is submitting. Okay. We're gonna add some more later. Right. Okay. You're gonna have a fragment because you don't need the whole thing. Loader 2, animate spin. And please confirm in wallet. Right. Then you get another one. It's called mint. Ooh, something like this. Okay. When you click, right now when you click, it sends here. You can see every time I click, it sends the value. So essentially every time you click, it's gonna send the value here, and you're gonna execute something here. Right now we're doing console log. Alright, we're gonna do something else later. Alright. Let's put size large. Okay. Because it's in that. Okay. Let's take it outside. Okay. You go. Ooh, it's not even outside. Damn. One more. There you go. Takes it outside. Awesome. Okay, next one you're gonna start putting in, some state. And if you go back here, you got these ones here. All right, so let's put it here. Oh, it's already in. Okay, good. Got on submit. You get all these things. So that's 10 stack form. All right, so feel free to give it a try. It's very good DevX. I like it a bit more than other, token, other form validations library. Okay, so next part, you want to add in a couple more stuff, transaction status and handling of the write. So this is gonna be the really tricky part, and it's gonna take quite a bit of time. So then, keep a close watch. Because we're gonna work on the new flow 7702, and then we're gonna have different flow and so on. First, let's import a couple of stuff. Right now, we're gonna do like handling of the flow. So you're gonna start importing all the Wagmi stuff. Alright, so let's give it import. Alright, so first thing you want to import base error. That's gonna help you with the validations. You gotta do use wait for transaction receipt. Use read contract. Right, you need to read some contract. It's mostly allowance, right? Because you're gonna have to handle two flow. One is with 7702, and the other one is without 7702. So then it's a normal flow. What was the normal flow? Now this one I think will catch on pretty quickly. Okay. So this part is to handle the outflow, right? This one is for handle the new flow, right? Send calls, right? Use account, use chain ID, use config, right? Use wait for call status, right? And use call status. Alright, so like a bunch of stuff. Alright, lots and lots of stuff that needs to be initialized. Alright, so go to form, leave the form below. So I'm gonna do first thing first. I need a config, const config, const chain ID, use account, chain ID, address. Okay, chain ID. I think chain ID is different. It's like this. Address, capability. Okay, capabilities. You're gonna have a format like this, so you can use this one in your dApp as well, like this. So you will return available capabilities, and that's gonna have like a shape, right? So you can hover over it, you can see the shape. It's essentially, this looks like this: string, atomic, unstable, add sub account, paymaster service, and so on. What you're looking for is atomic. We probably have another one that work on, paymaster and so on. All right, so first thing first, let's get the right contract initialized. All right, so const, and it's gonna be data.hash, and its error is pending. This is, if you built that before, you would see something like this all the time. And gonna do this, reuse our contract, and don't need anything. It should be fine. Okay, so it gets something like this. Okay, and now for you to handle this one, you're gonna need to handle the read allowance. This is normal stuff. So data token allowance, refetch allowance, use read contract. Oh, sorry, it's already. So address. Okay, got token list, filter, filter, token simple, dot. For mint, you only have dot. Alright, so then you don't need to worry about the other one. Okay, and the other one, very convenient as well, is max you in 256. This one will allow you to do unlimited approval. I don't like unlimited approval, but for something like this, it's just very convenient to do something like that. And you're gonna need the ERC20 API. Alright, because you're gonna need that. Okay, and you're gonna have function name allowance, and you're gonna have args. It's gonna be address as address, and then you're gonna need the L2 SLPX. Alright, so let's go here. Let's do export const L2 SLPX contract address, equal to. Let's quickly go grab it. Alright, so there's many ways to wrap it. You can go to so I also have make this Bifrost testnet kit. Alright, I will put that inside the docs, inside there. But you can go into this one, and you go to latest. Alright, and you see all the addresses here, and SRPX address is this one. As you can grab it, and boom, and you can import SRPX from constant. Alright, token list, let's just group them together. And it's gonna go here. So essentially you're asking for allowance, something like that. You gotta like ask you, oh, what the, and that. Okay, good. So essentially you you finding the allowance for the L2 SRPX contract address for you to. Okay, so now let's not work on let's not do the batching for now. Right, so let's handle this flow. So first is gonna have to make sure that we have the support the approve flow. Right, so what I'll do is, and this is gonna be a little tricky, so available capability, right? Atomic status that is not equal to supported, right? So if it's unsupported or undefined or whatever it is, and token allowance go to big int 0 if there's no token allowance, and selected token point simple v dot, then you can now show approve flow, approve, this one. Okay, you don't need that because veth is taking native asset, and native asset you don't need that to send. Something like this, and you see reflects when you select this. Ooh, I don't have a lot of dot for some reason. V dot is a lot. Oh, I think there's like a mix up. Okay, let me fix up the so voucher ETH polka dot. Okay, token list. Let me see. Dot. Let me swap the order. Let me swap the order of this one just so it make the sync up well. Dot voucher ETH. And voucher dot. All right. Is it this one? Okay. So you got ETH. I got ETH, voucher ETH. So voucher ETH needs to go down. You need dot go first. Voucher ETH, voucher dot. Voucher ETH. Dot go first, and voucher ETH, and voucher dot. Okay. I'll go first. Okay. Okay, now that's 0. That's 1. That's 2. Okay, good. Now that's the correct. It's correct number. Okay, so you got these ones. So do something like this. Ooh, that one is also wrong. Okay, let's see. So if it's native balance, if this one is gonna be 0. Okay, there you go. Let's do a quick refresh. It's also no wrong comparison, which is this one. Native balance, that's gonna be 0. There you go. Good. Alright, so let's do this as mint. Oh yeah, because I already set unlimited approval.
A few moments later.
Now you haven't approved anything. Excellent. So you'll be able to test the approve flow. Approve. Oops, I forgot. Oh, forgot to add in the right contract. Okay, good. So now let's do something with the form data. Delete that one. So let's do if selected token simple is v dot. Okay, good. And let's see. Let's think a little bit. If it's v dot and if available capability is not equal to supported. All right. And okay, if it's not equal to supported, okay, there are two flow into there's two, yeah, there's a super nested if, and if allowance equals to 0, then you're gonna await write contract. So you gotta write contract. Address is gonna be dot, okay, good, and that's gonna approve, and you're gonna approve max int, approve unlimited, just make it easy. So you approve once, you gotta go. Alright, so if token allowance exists and token allowance bigger or equal to parse ether value, write contract to that API. Oh, also need to grab the API. So you can grab the API in a lot of places. Easiest one is the auto SRPX is already verified on these chains. Alright, so just go on this one. Actually, you can go this. Hopefully, it's a little cheaper, a little faster. Go here. Alright. Oops. You need to just grab it right here. You can also compile it and just toss it in. Alright. But I'm gonna add it in here for you. Cons. Ooh. There you go. And just do a quick format. Everything looks good. Just remove this one. Okay. L2 SRPX API. It's cons. Alright. L2 SLPX API. Alright. So let's just keep to the convention. And we're gonna import it. Import L2. Okay, good. And you gotta wrap it. Okay. Create order. The arg is gonna be address token list filter, right? It's v dot. So you're gonna put dot. You're looking for v dots. You're putting dot in. Just it is gonna be create order, right? Functions here. It takes in an address, right? Token address. It takes in an amount. Take enum, and you take in a string. Okay. So you're looking at something. Gotta take address in. Yeah, take an amount. Right? Parse ether value dot amount. Right? And it's gonna take number. So is this mint? Right? So it could be 0. And let's just put Bifrost. Okay. That's it. Oops. Get this one. And the type, everything works. Okay. Ooh. There you go. So if this one works, if it's not supported, it does this. Okay. Let's do this for now. We'll add some more logic into it very soon. Okay. So do this. Let's see, do 10. Proof. See, it pops up. Alright. Super nice. Now you're gonna need to come down. Please confirm it's submitting. Alright, so you're gonna have a couple more cases. It's pending. Alright. So it will show it's pending. So when you click it, it would turn into something like this. Okay, and I also want it to is pending. All right. Also disable. So don't click anymore. Unlimited changes. Okay. Okay. Ooh. Should I'm surprised. Okay. And cancel. Okay. If you don't cancel, that's what you're gonna see. Okay, so you got the approved, you get all these things. Okay, good. And loader, confirming wallet. Okay, cool. Alright. Okay, now let's try it. So this is second wallet where it's essentially, so for vETH, it doesn't have that. But yeah, for this one, it does. Let's do this. Let's quick approval. Because this one, if you do this, there's none because it's the native asset, right? So you just go 0.01, mint. Oh yeah, I haven't covered that case. Let's just cover that case for now. Okay, let's cover that case. Alright. That case super simple. If selected, token simple equal to vETH. Alright. So what you gotta do, oh, and also next case is if equal is not equal to supported, then you just do this. Actually, oh yeah, true. It doesn't need batching. So just write contract, address, site create order, address, nope. So you gotta do very similar to selected, ooh, almost. Select token.address. Wow, just spot like an issues. So you want that one to be selected token.address. Okay. And then this one, you gotta do create order, you get value. Alright, parse ether amount, selected token.address as address. You can have parse ether amount, 0 as Bifrost. This one is gonna be the 0 address. That's what's set up at the moment for the SRPX. So you put it here. Alright. There you go. So that's how you handle that case. Let's give this one. Alright. Click. Boom. Takes you here. So let's just do one quick one. Alright. Wait for the transactions. Okay. Wow, it's not giving me. Yeah, so it changed. Good. Good. Now let's handle this case where you do approve, right? Let's approve. Alright, unlimited cap, approve. Take a little bit. Minimize, man. Okay, that's in. Send. I think I need do a quick refresh when it happens. Alright, so let's do a use effect. Alright, so let's take a use effect here. Use state. Use effect. Okay. Use effect. If is confirmed, right? Is confirmed. We're gonna refetch essentially. Fetch token allowance. Okay, and we don't have is confirmed is because it's this one. So this is use wait for transaction receipt. So this is how what it's gonna do is once you submit a transaction, this hook is gonna keep calling your hash, and it will check if you know, the transaction is successful or not, and then it's gonna return. Okay. Cool. Alright. So let's do quick one. Let's do 10. Okay. Okay. And that happens. Things are good. It should be it. So you see right here. Alright. You click this. Change. It will change a little bit. Okay, cool. Oh. Failed transactions. Okay. I think there's something wrong with the, so you get that select token dot address select v dot. Oh, you want dot address. Okay. Select token dot address. Okay, let's do token list filter dot address. Okay. Sorry. That is my okay, let's try again. Should work now. There you go. Alright, so it goes here. See, it works. So you go back, click dot changes, v dot goes up. Let's do again. Okay, should see changes. Good. Alright, so essentially now let's take care of the transaction status. So for transaction status, I have this component. So I have this very component inside. Oop. Okay, you can go to this one, and you can go to ETHUI. Alright. And you will see there's a transaction status component right here. Alright. Alright. So you can go and grab it. So I already grabbed it already. So I'm gonna put it here. Transaction status. Okay. Load it up. Okay. And make sure you get the copy button and stuff as well. Okay. Load in. And make sure you resolve all these things like truncate hash. Okay. So you go to lib util something like this. Alright, so put it in. Alright. Okay. Lint to work. Ooh, I know why. This client. Yeah. Okay. All these things. Okay, now all you need to do is go to your min component. Alright. It's just right below. So you see right here. Just right below transaction status. And you can copy and paste that in. And let's just below this one. Okay. And you can import it over here. Good. Okay. And let's do quick format. Boom. You also have error and stuff. Okay. And you're gonna have open, on open change, set open. And you're gonna need to set these ones from to open. You just need one because you only see one at a time. Alright, so you only need one. So error config. Oh, also need error. Okay. As base error. Alright. and you only have a couple. So we work on a 7702 very soon. Okay. Oh, not this one. Let's go this one. All right. Okay, so you could have something like this. Let's do this one. Okay. Confirm. All right. You see this? Looks great. Click it. Ooh. I forgot. You're gonna need a use effect for it to automatically pop up. Alright, so you're gonna need use effect. Is confirm if hash set open true. Alright, so you're gonna have an effect essentially when the hash shows up, and then you pop it open. Okay, so let's try again. Select token 001 mint. It's asking. Alright, good. Boom. Alright, so the hash gets generated and it's confirmed. Super good. Alright, awesome. Can do the same for this one as well. Let's do 100. Okay. This one. Alright, waiting for index. Done. Alright, super good. So that's the normal flow. Alright, so now let's work on the automated 7702 part. So for 7702, you're gonna use the useSend calls. Alright, this one's useSend calls. So, and it's gonna look like this. And I'm gonna give you a little hint. So this is the normal flow, okay? For this, it's gonna look like this. So you're gonna have the whole thing, data, batch call IDs. And what this useSend calls you, essentially you're gonna bundle a bunch of function calls. So you're gonna bundle a bunch of these write contracts together with the send calls, and it will return the same thing. But the difference is it doesn't return a hash like this one. This one returns a hash, and that's a transaction hash. This one returns you an ID, and then you need to use another hook for you to fetch the ID and get the actual transaction hash. So those ones, and that is the use case of the use wait for call status. So you go down here. Now this one, let's just put this one in. Setting calls, and it's wait for call status, and once it's done, you can grab this one, and it will be. And this is the last one, which is the use call status. It's calls loading, all that stuff, and then you'll be able to get the full receipt. So, and for this to work, you're gonna need to also make a small update below for the transaction status, because now you're going to include all the things as well. So it looks like this. You got a hash originally, or the batch call is you take the status, take the receipt, position 0, the first element of the array, and transaction hash. This is where it is. You can also check this, and you see the shape, and you can follow that one. And of course, you got the is pending, setting calls, batch call, all these ones for you to add into that one. And you also have a couple more ones. So you got is batching, all the stuff. Is batching. Okay, and for you to also for this to also work, because it's different flows, you're gonna have to add is batching into this part, right? So is batching, right? And also is setting calls as well, otherwise it's gonna snap back. So it's gonna snap back, and is batching. Right. So when you click it, that's what it's gonna do. Does this whole loading thing. And also we're gonna add an extra conditions. Alright, so this one's done. You gotta do is setting calls, and that's gonna be you're gonna add quick loader. Alright, There you go. And now you're gonna get to this send calls. Alright. So this one is a flow if it's not supported. So if and it is supported. Alright. So then what you're gonna do is you're gonna do send calls. Alright. Send calls. And it looks like that. Essentially just a bunch of calls strings together. And it looks like this. Okay. Like that. And this one, you get, it's like this. So, yeah. There you go. Alright. And this is all you need to do. And the nice thing is for approve, you don't need to do the max. You could do this one because they batch them together. Alright, so then that's the nice convenient part of this. Alright, so let's disconnect, switch back to the other, this one. So this wallet has been upgraded to a smart wallet. Alright, if you want to upgrade, there's a lot of places to upgrade, but essentially it's MetaMask would prompt you, or you can go to this one and force it to get converted, and you have the smart account, yes, on these things, atomic. Okay, so you can do something like this. Let's say you do want to do 100, right? It's it works. So you're gonna when you click mint, you just send calls. It's gonna look like this. You have two transactions essentially. So it's gonna show approve 100, right? And then you're gonna see two transactions below. One is approve and the one is transaction 2. So like this. And you click confirm. Sending. Oh, I forgot. Needs to also add this part into here. Otherwise it would not. You also need to add that into the use effect. There you go. Okay is confirming. Is sending calls. There you go. Okay, let's do it again. Mint. Okay, you get that, 2 transactions. Okay. You wait for that one. It takes some time, but it shows up right here. There you go. Alright. And you get the logs for. You get the approval. Alright. And then it gets pulled. And the tokens are sent back and create order. Event got emitted. And you can see that it gets updated here. Super convenient, right? Alright, so that's the mint component. Alright, so let's put an added mint component. Okay. Alright, and we work on the redeem component now. And redeem component is very similar to the mint, except that it's more or less like a slight tweaks. Okay, so let's do a quick like fork over to redeem part. Redeem is like very similar to the mint, except it's gonna just be like a different tweak. So let's go over to redeem. I think most of the stuff from the mint can be taken over. So this is the redeem. So to save on time, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna copy most of the stuff over here, over to here, alright, and to SRPX. Okay, to here. Okay. And you're gonna do L2 SRPX. And just gonna make some tweaks. And to, save us some time. Because it's very similar. It's just, change. Okay. You can see everything else is essentially the same. There's no substantial difference between two of them. Okay. Okay. Redeem props. And we're gonna need to add a redeems prop to this one. Okay. Redeems prop. Export interface redeem props. And that's gonna be just the token balance. Token balances. Okay, and you're gonna go back here and you're gonna add it here. Token balances. Okay, new component. Let's go back and boom. You have essentially on the stuff. Alright, that's the wrong one. So let's check on. So it's gonna be, you want ETH, let's take voucher ETH, it's gonna be 1 and 2. MCD order 1, token allowance, okay. So token allowance, you get the vETH, right? Here, that's fine, supported. And I need to resolve that part. Okay. Got select. And balance. If it's ETH, you take on 1. If the other one is 2, okay. ETH is 1, this one is 2. Okay. Validations. This one 1, that one's 2. Okay, let's see. Good. V dot, good. Okay. Let's do check on. Right, okay. Polka dot. Okay, everything seems to work normal. Let's redeem this much. Okay. And that's a batch. Alright, cause capability. And just do this. Boom. Perfect. And that's done. That's basically this component. Right? I will push this onto GitHub, right? And we'll share with everyone the link in the descriptions. And also, I would see if I can put that on the screen. And you can click that. Yeah, and that's pretty much it for this one. Right? Make sure I will also include a link over to ETH UI, and you can grab the components. A lot of the components in there also available here, and vice versa. A lot of the stuff that get worked on over here will also goes back onto that one. So you have lots and lots of resources for you to build frontend, the stuff that you like. So yeah, super cool. Transaction status. Yeah. Let me just commit this one. Alright, commit, added, redeem component. Alright. And let's push it. Okay. There you go. Okay. And you will see it on here. Okay. Now let's just do one quick test. Just make sure things are working well. We're gonna build it to make sure that it actually runs. See everything works. compile. Good. Now it's linting. Good. Collecting page data. Okay, it's fine. The puny code is definitely. Oh, there you go. Alright. Now you're gonna start it. Make sure it's running. Compile. There you go. Awesome. Yeah, a lot of it in dev environment. Right, so everything is super quick. Right. Boom, boom. Everything works, and you can check the network tab. All right. Awesome. Cool. Oh wow, what the hell? Yeah, click something. Okay, good. Also responsive. So if you go mobile, it's gonna look like this. All right, so very responsive. Yeah, there you go. Cool, awesome. Thank you for joining, the sessions. Great to have you guys here. And yeah, we will come back with more coming up with more very advanced tutorials with full everything is try to bring you guys as close as possible to production ready development. Right. So yeah, thank you so much for joining the sessions, and you guys have a good day. Bye bye.